Number 1, the SVK, a semi-automatic DMR that two-shots an enemy on any distance. We're talking arm and leg shot, nut and headshot. It doesn't matter how far the enemy is away or how close it is going to be two shots. This goes out for our players that like to snipe, but do want to pack a little bit more punch and don't just rely on that one shot. Let me demonstrate. Close enemy, two shots. Middle range enemy, two shots. Far enemy. And then also nut shot, nut shot. It's always 50 damage or close up 60 damage. Headshot multiplier is pretty much non-existent. We have 67 here and a 50 shot body damage. Not worth it. What you notice is the gun has quite some pull up, but it always recenters to the same position where you shot from, which is quite nice. If you actually shoot in the nuts, you don't even have to wait for the full recenter because you're going to be somewhere on their body. The sights I like to use for this in close quarter combat maps is the 2.5 times, because it gives you this nice little T-pose optic, and with the recentering we can spam really fast. And on longer range maps, I use the 5 times as this circle seems to be very easy to align for me. Don't ask me why. Attachment wise, you don't want the other ammunition, as that actually makes your recoil go up and only gives you more bullet penetration, not even more velocity or even a headshot multiplier. And for the barrel, the same. You don't actually want the urban barrel, as it will reduce your bullet velocity, and less bullet velocity is definitely not what we're looking for here. For the muzzle, we want the compensator, as it takes care of that bounce upwards and recenters you exactly where you started from. And as a foregrip, we're taking the stippled stubby, as that takes care of most of the recoil. You could technically go for a bipod to just spam away, but for this we gotta turn into a stationary dude instead of just being an aggressive forward pushing guy that 2-taps everyone in a breakthrough mode. Lastly, magazine, we got the 10 round fast mag to just reload that much faster, as we only have 10 rounds. General word of advice with the SVK, take your time. Don't just spam away like a madman. This has been so far my most successful rifle, usually leading the leaderboards in the breakthrough mode or conquest. Number 2, we're going to go over to the AR category. And here I'd like to introduce you to the AK-205. Some people call it snake oil. I just do like to actually aim for the head, and that's why the AK-205 is so amazing. Gun has a great fire rate and a very good headshot multiplier that none of the other AR have. The AK-205 does 20 damage per shot with a 720 rate of fire. We're getting 18 body damage close, then it's 15, 15, 14, and 14. Good thing though is that on the headshot it's 35, and then we get 30, 30, and back here 29. But with the 30 headshot damage, you're down to a 4-shot to kill, or 3-shot with a body shot, or a 2-shot with 2 body shots, which is actually quite nice on these distances. And that's all because of the ammunition. We got the synthetic tips that give you a 2.1 headshot multiplier. Before, we're actually sitting at 1.35, and then it's not even worth it to hit a headshot. I'm primarily using the AK with a 2.5 times scope for short to long ranges. And let's be real here for a second, the AK is an absolute laser beam and not really hard to control on any distance, and you will mix in those headshots inevitably. It's amazing. In order to have the recoil so beautiful, first, we're going to put on the 30 round fast mag. Would I like to have the 40 round mag? Yes, but you have low shots to kill, so the 30 round fast mag is enough. Then for that mid to long range recoil control, the foregrip is going to be the vertical 6H64. On the barrel side, you could technically get more accuracy as you shoot for longer periods, but we don't actually want to hold down the button. You're going to go or tap fire. Therefore, I prefer the standard over the prototype, as it actually enhances our ADS time, and that's definitely something you don't want to do. On the front end, we're going with a flash hider to hide some information as we are firing, and on the back side, we're going to improve our reload speed. That one is pretty fantastic. As you notice, we're not actually going for crazy amounts of recoil control, and yet the AK is just that laser beam. Are you going to get outgunned by SMGs damage-wise? Absolutely not. The only slight advantage they have is probably quicker movement and better ADS. That being said, the ADS is extremely fast on the AK, and it can, with a good bullet velocity and no recoil, dominate in that mid-range area. And in the short range, you will be able to pre-aim your corners and just take them down left, right, and center. Do make sure to actually go for the headshots though, because otherwise the gun is not worth to use. And before you ask, we did try out the B36A4, as that's the last gun you unlock with level 20. It is 25 damage per shot, has only a 719 rate of fire, and the control is abysmal. Even with attachments already on it, it's just a weird wibble wobble left to right, with no distinctive pattern. Like, sure, close up, you're kind of feeling it. But as soon as I try to shoot that guy here on the distance, it kind of like really fights you. And that's with already a foregrip. Sure, it could get one more. And I could probably get some of these precision heavyweight barrels that actually reduce bullet velocity. We do already have the linear compensator. I'm not sure what this gun is supposed to do. I mean, best case scenario is build this with some kind of headshot multiplier on the shortest range possible and then reduce the ADS time to the lowest it can possibly be. Maybe, but then you might as well play an SMG. Which brings us to the topic of SMGs. We have two to choose from, the SGX and the PW782. And I gotta say, the SGX has been the absolute super staple. Is it hep fire or actually aiming down sight with a 1.5 times? You're going to hit your shots. As my sight, I am usually rocking that 1.5 times and it provides me with the clearest picture. A little nice red dot and you're just beaming away. Now the gun will wibble wobble a bit left to right on the distance. But let's be fair, you're not actually supposed to try to hit those shots on the distance. We're talking here about that 20-meter range and then this distance. And close up and personal with your hip fire, obviously. Right now, I'm not even rocking a laser, and the hip fire is already amazing. For the barrel, you definitely want to go all the way to the extended. The others give you a slight better mobility, but they will actually reduce your bullet velocity. And if you then have to shoot a bit further distance, you're just going to be lacking that to track your shots good. On the front end, for a bit better recoil control, you can put on the compensated brake. Under barrel wise, you don't want any of the vertical grips. What we are looking for is the slim angled, as that increases our ADS time even further to 133. Keep in mind the AK had 200. Magazine wise, we're running the 30 round fast mag. You could go for the 36 round, but that's only 6 rounds more and it actually reduces the reload time. So I'd rather be running around with that fast mag. And for the ammunition, we do want to upgrade in the long run to the soft point, as that increases our headshot damage. And with 25 damage and 1.7 multiplier, I kind of like to thread that in. Lastly, we could put on the green laser with the 10 points that we're having. Personally, I don't like waving that laser around because I play with a recon class and smokes and like to take points in King of the Hill. So the laser can actually give my position away, and we're not digging that, right? I don't want to give our position away. I can't wait to actually see more guns to come. I mean, we have one sniper rifle, only 2 DMRs, some more assault rifles. Please, for the love of God, I kind of want to have some really quicker reloading Kar 98-esque sniper rifle compared to the one that we have right now. Any gun, in your opinion, that deserves to be top 3 instead of what I choose here? And if you're now looking for more things you didn't know or tips for sniping, I get you covered. Enjoy and have a fantastic good day.